What is up, everybody? Welcome to yet another episode of Father Dynasty. I'm your fatherly host, Chew, here in the manhole, here to talk fatherhood, fantasy football, and everything in between. And I've got a very special guest with me today. She is recording from downstairs in the same house that I'm in. Very special lady. She is a Renaissance woman if I've ever seen one. It's recruiting. It's real estate. Two of my favorites are these latter two, a lovely wife, an amazing mama to our little man, Finn. He's a demon.
Yes.
But you can follow her work on Instagram at Marlee Russell 819 and on her new booming YouTube channel at Marlee Russell. If you didn't guess it, it's my soulmate. Marlee, how you doing, girl?
I'm good. I loved the intro, and I like that you definitely played up the YouTube, because I don't know if I would say it's booming right now, but it's chugging along.
Well, since the inception of your YouTube, which was not even 2 weeks ago, I don't think. Absolutely. Love you.
Love you.
But since its inception of not even 2 weeks ago, it's already been going pretty good, in my opinion. So, but who am I to say? I am not the YouTube czar. But what I am the czar of is seamless transitions, and we will be going into a keep, trade, cut if you're ready.
Yeah.
Boop. So I have to choose my favorite. I'm going to keep.
Oh, dear. I will trade.
This is kind of wild.
The cut is easy, and it's the last one.
Keep, trade, cut. Again, as we spoke about before we started recording this, you have been on this podcast before, but when you were on it, it was not with a video medium. So now we're all fortunate enough to get to see you. Not lucky enough because we have to see me now, but it balances out. It's fine. But keep, trade. What's that?
Sorry. I'm lucky. I get to see you.
Yeah. But keep, trade, cut. It is a useful or frustrating fantasy tool, but in this medium, it is something where it's a first, second, third in terms of 3 different topics I picked just for you. And they are all a bit of wordplay, which I'm a huge fan of. And I'm sure you might be sick of when I use it a little too much.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. Well, we're about to find out real soon. And the first one is Realest Date. I don't know if you've heard of it.
What is that?
It's tough to explain, but I'll try. As you and I have over the years watched so many different shows that are basically the same show with a different name.
Oh, no.
Is it flipping a house? Is it real estate agents figuring out, is it going to love it or listed? I think was one. So the big hilarious thing in a lot of those is it's going to be a husband and wife.
Yeah.
The guy is going to say, I want modern clean lines. And then the girl is going to say any version of the opposite of that, which is I want the character. I want the this. I want the that.
That's what marriage is.
Exactly. Compromise. So, or whoever wins. I've got 3 styles that I would like for you to keep, trade, cut.
Oh, no.
I have an idea of how this will go, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts. So colonial, Victorian, and craftsman.
Oh, I have to keep craftsman.
Okay, that's what I thought.
100%. I'm a trade Victorian, and I'm going to cut colonial.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured craftsman would be a keep, but so not a colonial fan.
I mean,
just
I
with
like
those
it.
3.
I like it, but I feel as though colonial, in my mind, I immediately just think 90s brick house up in Nova, which, don't get me wrong, it's very pretty and really nice. But I like the character more of craftsman and Victorian and all of that more so than colonial.
Well, 2 questions on that then. One, where would modern have been if I put it in here? I didn't, just because
I don't know.
I'm
not really drawn to that. To live in, not really drawn to it. To have a vacation in, yeah, I'll go vacation in a modern house over in Laguna Beach in California. I'll do it. But I don't think I want to live there.
Ooh, do I get to go with you?
We'll see.
Cool. And what would you say our house's style is?
Oh, it's a mishmash. At least right now it is. Because like
It's mostly colonial, though, right? Or no? Colonial
I
craftsman?
think it's more colonial right now, but like on the inside it's just kind of
Yeah.
we're doing things to it. It's getting love, it's getting updates, and it's gonna be really pretty in like 10 years.
A lot of love is being made in this house. I understand what you're saying. Going over to the second topic, and you'll get where the wordplay is coming from. This one is Realest Date. Sounds like real estate, but it's not. And this is without
Aren't you
Finn.
witty?
Huh?
Aren't you witty?
Well, we'll see on the third one. So I've got 3 options here, and these are basically dates or kind of types of dates that we've been on, but kind of like what is your go-to in terms of what you like the best. Again,
Okay.
Finn is not with us on these.
Yes.
Want to clarify. So they're all great.
Sorry, you didn't see that. Oh,
I did.
rats.
I cut that.
Okay.
First, a nice dinner. Probably Billy's, but and any sort of nice, it doesn't have to be a nice place necessarily, but just like, it's not a dive bar, that kind of thing.
That we get
The second
dressed up
one, yeah, we'd probably have to at least not wear sweatpants.
at? Okay.
It's kind of the barometer, I think.
Okay.
Second would be more of an experience. So it could be going to the zoo or something like that. So something where it's like maybe a little bit of a travel, but not a sit down to eat, something that's kind of like we get to do together that we maybe don't get to do so often. Third, shopping. Because sometimes, we'll have like a date day where it turns into like shopping of different things, or we actually are going somewhere for a specific thing that we don't get to do very often. So what are you seeing here?
I'm going to keep like the day date of like the zoo and like that type of thing because I love Finn. I love my child. But several hours alone with you is heavenly. So that is number 1 I'm keeping.
Church.
Huh?
What?
Did you say church?
I did. Go ahead.
Church. And then, so the other 2 were the
nice dinner,
and then
shopping.
And shopping. I'm going to cut shopping. Like, priorities have shifted since I've gotten old, even though I'm not 30 yet, like you are.
Brag.
So I'm just going to, that's cut. That's gone. And I'll trade the nice dinner.
Yeah. And what would you say? Would you say Bailey's is our go-to at this point?
Oh my God.
More or less.
The Cajun penne chicken pasta is just so good.
Mm-hmm. Well, this last one, a bit of a stretch in terms of wordplay, but I still like it. Reels to date.
Ooh.
So, Reels to date, of course, hinting on your Instagram Reels, something that you're incredible at. You've been incredible at for so long. But I know you're, of course, peppering in YouTube Shorts now. So that's kind of like YouTube's version of Reels.
Dude, those are tricky.
It's something else. But these are 3 topics that maybe you would do a reel on. So maybe which ones of these are your favorite to do, or maybe your favorite, like kind of once it's done, you like them the best, or what have you. So first, Mondays with Marlee. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
No. Who is she?
Hottie.
Sounds like
2.
a crazy broad.
Hottie with body. 2. Something with Finn. So it's something specific with Finn where it's like you're at home and he's running on the couch, or it's just kind of just like a funny moment or whatever it may be. That can take many forms, as we know. Third, a funny non-real estate one. So that could be like we're playing darts in the basement, or just something kind of different like that, where it's just like a funny, quirky thing, something with the dogs, maybe.
Okay. Is this based off of getting likes and comments and views, or is it based off of just what I personally find hilarious and like good to me?
Just you.
Okay.
Your taste is better.
I'd probably say Finn then to keep, because it's that's totally unscripted and you cannot make that child do anything he doesn't want to do. So you get what you get, and 90% of the time it's funny and annoying. And then I'll trade Mondays with Marlee just because I mean, I have to keep that in there somehow, kind of.
Yep.
Because I love real estate and I love talking about it. And then obviously we'll just do away with the extra one. We'll cut that.
Got that? Well, it's cut, and you're clear from what was a very wordplay heavy version of Keep Trade Cut.
Whew.
You made it out unscathed. Still look good though. So over to some general questions. Are you ready?
No. Yes.
Okay.
No. Yes.
Okay.
No. Yes.
Well, first we got to do cheers.
A chug?
Slight one. Obviously, I have an absurd amount. Cheers to you being hot.
Cheers to you, Dilf.
MILF.
You didn't even say anything. I'm wearing your swag.
Oh, me too.
You're welcome. You matched me.
Yeah. I didn't wear my crop top today, though.
I mean, I think it would look better on you than me.
Yeah, everybody wants to see this belly.
Body with a body.
I have a body. Yeah, sure. Technically true. My torso exists. So, in terms of fantasy football, I know that you are in a 12th of the leagues that I am.
Oh,
But
no. That reminded me.
people playing tonight.
Yeah.
I don't believe you have anyone on the Packers or the Titans, if I remember correctly. But I will. Ertz is on the IR. So you can,
I need to take him out. He's not playing tonight, though, because
he's down for the season.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
but no, I don't think you have anybody playing tonight at all.
Not gonna lie, he didn't give me a ton. Like, I expected more effort from him.
He had a season-ending injury.
No, I feel bad, obviously.
Oh,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, prior to the
I thought you meant like, what a quitter. He just like got hurt.
Oh my God, I'm not an asshole. Okay? Like,
Hey, now you got George Kittle. Slot him in
saying
there.
before that, I was hoping for more of a performance.
Of course. Whatever you say.
Anyway.
But that lovely team that we're speaking of, 7-3, first in the division. So we have two divisions in that league. It's a redraft league, 10 teams, I believe. And I'm, of course, 4-6, third in the East Division. Living the dream, and that's about it. But how do you feel about your team this year? Do you feel like you're going strong and you're gonna make it to the playoffs, win the whole kit and caboodle, or what?
I definitely think I'm gonna go to the playoffs. I don't know if I'm gonna win the whole thing. I would love to. I feel like my main competition is Troy in this right now. But I like where I'm sitting right now, especially like with last year, because I won second, you were first, and Daly was third, right?
I think so.
So, like, I just want to keep it in the household. Like, at least someone needs to represent in the finals. So, I feel pretty confident that I'll at least make it to the playoffs. From there, I still think I have a decent shot, but you never know.
I believe in you. I think you got to.
I believe in you.
Thank you. It's what I needed. Honestly, it is what I needed, because in that league, if you lose, you have to take a shot of liquor, or sorry, I guess a shot of liquor or a drink of beverage.
Well,
which could be shotgun and beer, drinking a wine. So
I just made that my rule because I don't like liquor. So I'm like, all right, so Keith doesn't yell at me. I'm just going to chug a whole glass of wine. Like, he can make fun of me, but he can't be mad at me. So,
which, if you make it a spritzer, it makes it that much more difficult to add carbonation to it.
You aren't supposed to tell anyone that's a spritzer. It's supposed to be just straight wine.
Well, but the funny thing is, you drink, so like a glass of wine is not literally you fill it to the brim. You fill a glass of wine at the appropriate level, and then you add on top of it.
Yeah, it's literally half and half. Like what this was is.
So
like
that's like extra beyond like what a normal glass of wine would be.
Yeah. Here of the spritzer. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you're not skimping on wine. You're just adding soda to it, which makes it infinitely more difficult. And
dude, I don't skimp on anything.
You're talking to a kid who loved soda, still does. I could not figure out how to chug soda. It doesn't let it happen. Yeah.
It's tough.
We've not evolved.
It's tough going down your throat whenever it's carbonated.
The carbonated kind of threw that off, but that is what she said. Yeah.
I'm just trying to help you out here.
I appreciate it. Well, speaking of fantasy, I do often fantasize about back in the day when Finn was less mobile.
Yeah, me
I don't know
too.
if you do that. What do you think, when it's thinking about just back 1 year, or maybe even at the beginning of this calendar year, how much has changed with Finn? It was thinking of like, now it's Finn opening doors,
He was so nice.
unclipping his own harness. And also there's the fun things of like him actually putting his toys away and letting the dogs in for us. Like, so there's the pros and the cons, but like just thinking of like how much he's grown. Go ahead.
When does he put his toys away?
Twice.
Okay.
Ever.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
It's been twice ever. Yeah.
I mean, he's great about, he loves throwing trash away for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
that's super helpful. I do
Mhm.
appreciate that. The whole peeing on the seat and the wall, it's driving me nuts. Little nuts. Especially whenever I sit in it.
Yeah.
So
What you
that's
can't
fun.
see is the holes in the wall that have been created after he's decided to pee on the seat, and then I've decided to take it out on the wall.
Everyone, I can attest he hasn't done that, but I know in his head he's wanted to do that.
Yeah. I've had those moments like in movies when they have like a scene of like someone acting how they want to, like irrationally and violently, and then they cut back and then they just imagine the whole thing happening. Done that a number of times.
Yeah.
So
Same. But like, I'm like literally on a meeting call with like 5 other people, and I just hear the front door open, and I'm like, what's going on? And I just see on like our Arlo app, he's just running out, and he's like, I'm like running over. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm looking at the eggs. And there's like mushrooms, like a whole like little like family of them. And I'm just like, get in here. What are you doing? Like, no. And I'm sure everyone on the conference call could like hear me. And I'm just like, whatever. Oh, well, parenthood. It's great.
Well, and the funny thing about that was
You saw it too, but you weren't here. So you were like calling me.
I
Like,
was
"Are you
running down the hallway and almost twisted my ankle on the stairs because I didn't wait to see the video through. I just saw the first one where it was like person. I was like, the mailman's not usually here for another couple hours.
Well, you thought I was being a terrible parent and not paying attention to a child.
I assumed you were on a meeting call and then you saw him do that because he's never done that before. So your first thought is not to be like, I need to look at the front door. I know he can open it and will run out and go to the mushrooms at the corner of the yard. Because it also didn't help that those mushrooms were literally at like right at the road.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people haul ass up that road. So like it would only take one person to not be paying attention because they don't think a kid in his underwear, which I mean, if they catch like a glare in the sun, he would disappear because it's bright as the sun.
Yes.
It's like a kid running out in his rain boots and underwear, going to check on the mushrooms in the front yard.
That sounds like a trip.
Yeah, the story does not write itself exactly.
No.
So, but yeah, when I saw that, I freaked out. And then when I called you and you were just like, obviously you had him at that point.
I was pissed. Yeah. Well, that's why, like today, whenever the dryer guy came, which no one cares about us fixing our house and whatever, but like the dryer guy came, I saw him pulling up, going down the pathway, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to obviously open the door, let him in, we can fix the dryer. I cannot open the door now that we have the stupid little turn thing to make sure that Finn doesn't get out. So I'm just like fumbling with it. And I'm like, luckily he's just still standing there. It was like, to me, it felt like it was like eons. And he was probably just a couple seconds. And I opened the door. I'm like, I'm so sorry. We just put like something on the doorknob so that my child doesn't get out because he likes to run out. And he's like, it's okay. I saw you right there. So I just figured I'd just wait and not ring the doorbell. I'm like, thanks. I'm just an idiot that can't open my door, but that's fine.
Those things are tricky. And also those are very difficult to get apart.
You have to use like actual tools.
Yeah. And you also can't you have to flathead one side off and then you have to flathead the other. It's not like you undo one and then the other one kind of comes apart. Yeah.
It's just
I almost gave myself tetanus getting those shits apart.
Just as much as it's kid proof, it's parent proof too.
Oh yeah.
Also, if you're drunk, you're not going anywhere. Like, don't even try.
It's protection against drunk driving. That's exactly it's
Exactly.
more that than kids, but yeah,
Hey, multi-purpose. Okay, they could
Mhm.
sell them for a lot more.
exactly. Should we start making them one at a time?
Sorry, I know I derailed that. Sorry.
No, you're okay. Well, speaking of Finn and him kind of getting into more things, he's done soccer shots. I mean, almost 10 times at this point, including school.
I'm surprised they let him back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we voluntarily withdrew him from two class, just one class,
Yeah.
or like one session.
Yeah, because it was on Fridays at 5:30, and we tried
Yeah.
it twice, and he was like a gremlin if you put water on him and fed him after nighttime, like after that cutoff.
And put him with 14 other kids.
Yeah.
With one teacher, one coach.
That also he didn't really wasn't used to, and she was not
Assertive.
Yes, that's a great word.
Thanks.
So
yeah,
that was a nightmare. Was that also? No, it was the class before that he literally stamped his entire arm, right?
No, that was that class.
It was that class?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Finn, what did you do?
I'm kind of jealous though, because I want to get my tattooed sleeve. So he just said, "Hey Dad, I'm better than you. I'm going to do my own sleeve in soccer shot stamps all up down my little arm." But yeah, good times.
We love it.
But to death. I just don't know how quickly that's going to be. But so he's been doing soccer shots.
Yeah.
A number of times. And very recently had some lovely friends who thankfully were not harmed in the act of moving a piano into your office.
I thought Sterling was going down.
Yeah. So Trevor and Sterling, thankfully, I joked to my mom earlier. I was like, we definitely needed help, obviously, but I was like, I'm glad I have friends that are stronger than me. Because I was like, if I had another me on the other side of that, I was like, that me would be a dead me.
Trevor
or
was just being crazy muscles up the ramp and just vines.
Well, because once we got to start, it's we have to keep going, but it's we didn't have time to get someone behind him, and it's when you get behind him, how can we double team
you have
that?
to steady it on both sides, and then also Finn is in the car setting off the alarm because he's moving the portable potty onto the seat so he can go to the bathroom.
Yep.
And I just keep repeating the phrase, if it's gonna go, just let it go. Just let it go. But it was, shout out to Trevor and Sterling. Thank God for them. They probably never will talk to us again. I understand. We owe them a lot.
Well, we owe them a lot. And I think maybe a way we can do an apology is, I know how to play. I know the funny thing is earlier this year, I was getting into playing piano and I got a keyboard, and now we ironically have a piano. So now Finn and I both get to learn. Mm-hmm. But I will learn how to play some apology song on the piano, and then I'll play it for them in a concert style. And then maybe that'll work. Maybe make them feel better.
You're my John Mayer.
All it makes me think of is Get Hard, the quote that he has. I'm not going to repeat it on here.
Have you ever... Do it. I dare you. Triple dog.
Have you ever seen
a room full
of girls
get wet at the same time?
Get wet at the same time. Well, he whispers that to Will Ferrell or something before he plays, and then they lose their minds when he plays music.
That is the only good part in that movie. Terrible.
Whatever you say.
Terrible. No.
Well, in terms of soccer and piano.
Okay. Back on track.
Of those two, which do you think he'll stick with longer? He's been doing soccer longer, so I guess that's kind of unfair. But from this point on, what do you think is going to kind of stick with him of those two?
I promise you this is not a cop-out whenever I say this, but I honestly think he's going to do both for a very long time. It's working two different sides of his brain. And this kid is all over the place and just wants to do everything all the time. So I really do think soccer, he's going to do it whether he wants to or not. I need to tire this kid out somehow. It doesn't usually tire him out, but at least makes him slightly slower. So he's going to do that. It's going to happen. Piano, though, I think is going to be something like you saw this morning, like he was just like messing around and it truly did not sound terrible. Like it actually sounded pretty decent. And he has no idea. Like I keep trying to show him like how to play Ode to Joy or something like that. And he's like, no, let me do it. Like, no, I want to do it by myself. So
Yeah.
I want to get him into lessons, but I'm also like, do I pay the money for him to just tell the teacher I'm not going to do it? And he
I
wants
think
to
we wait till he's more receptive because, like, if
Yeah.
we get him into a point where like one of us can be like, "Hey, let me show you Jingle Bells. Let me show you Happy Birthday. Let me show you Ode to Joy. Like, let me show you something," and he actually like listens and like watches and stuff. If we can teach him one thing, then I think that means that we can probably get somebody to come and be like, "All right, show him, like, you know, where you put your hands. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, show me the scales. Like, show you whatever." So, cheers.
Cheers. No, I agree with you though.
And he's only 4, so I understand. Like, soccer is what's that?
That's the first time I've like heard you say it in like a random setting where it's like, well, he's 4. And I'm like, oh my God, he is 4. Like his birthday was, what day is it? It was literally 2 weeks ago today.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird. We're old.
And he'll be old going into kindergarten when he's 5, going to be 6 immediately after going into it. So,
dude, I'm so bummed. I had like a glimmer of hope.
the good thing is he'll be very ready for it, but hopefully he doesn't get too bored. But but he's also not going to be the only person that's that age.
No.
So, but we'll see. Yeah. So something that you and I, jumping over to us because we're more important, no offense, Finn, have kind of jumped into is bar games. As we've reclaimed our basement. You know, we've got some pool, we've got some ping pong, we've got some darts, as we've most recently really delved into. So would you say your favorite of those 3 is darts? I know as of now, maybe like at this moment, that may be the case, but I never would have guessed that with just knowing you. I figured it would have been pool.
Well,
you know,
obviously I kind of gravitate to what I'm good at. Like I don't really want to play something that I'm terrible at, which is kind of ironic though, because whenever we first started playing darts, I was god awful. Like, like I had the most perforation around the the dartboard over anyone. I don't know if you've told what our house rule is. Have you?
I'm not.
Okay, so basically, if you hit the wall and it's like you have to sign and date it, and at the end of the year, whoever has the most has to take a shot. Probably we're gonna make them take several. I'm probably gonna be the person who has to do that. But it was pretty bad. Like, I mean, I got it. I hit everything except the window and the fireplace. So it was pretty bad. So I don't know why I kept playing, but for some reason I did. And it's actually it's pretty fun. It's a quick game, which I like, and everyone can get involved and try to do it. It's funny having the kids actually do it that are old enough, because it's like, oh my God, I don't want to hit the wall. It's like, dude, hit the wall. Like, just don't hit the window. Hit the wall, you're fine. No, I think it's a blast, but I don't mind pool, but I'm just not as good as you. Like if we're on a team doing stuff together, like cornhole, pool, darts, like we're going to dominate. Like, but if it's just me against you, I like something a little bit more like even playing field. Shut up.
Yeah. But would you say, I know we haven't got to play it as much, and it's a whole thing of getting it all out, but are darts ahead of ping pong for you? Because we have a lot of fun playing ping pong.
At this point, right now, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's much easier to play, like you said. It's just walk down through darts.
That, and like, there's just something about throwing a sharp object at a wall and like it's sticking. It's fun.
And you do know I'm going to post this podcast to YouTube for public viewing.
Yeah.
So when I'm murdered by a ninja star from you, it's going to be because they're going to be like, well, she likes to do that with those things. We should talk to her probably.
No. Technically, you're worth more dead than alive, just like I am.
Mhm.
But you're worth more to me,
Mm.
more alive than dead.
Well, because it's like for the life insurance, like, yeah, pay off some debt and stuff. But it's like,
But then what would I do?
well, but then it's like, all right, well, how many months of paying a butler and paying, like paying someone to do laundry and like the yard, like at that point, like, all right, how many months am I going to get out of this? It's like,
No, I more so think like then it's just me and Finn. Like that's not fun.
hmm.
We're the three amigos, like three musketeers. Like, duh, you have to stay around.
Well, since you asked, I think I'll probably stay around then. Now that I think about it, really think on it, I'll be here. Yeah,
Good. Okay, cool.
I like it here.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Me upstairs, you're downstairs. Just us being weird because I can't figure out lighting.
I was gonna make a joke. I've already made enough jokes, so never mind.
No. You haven't reached your quota yet. What do you got?
You like me below.
Yeah. You said that was a joke. That's not.
See,
That's
13-year-old boy brain in my head.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop, because then that says worse about me than it does about you. Also, from a legal standpoint, that is very much, yeah. We're being very incriminating to both of us. Yeah.
I mean, we're both screwed. It's fine.
We're both going down. So I'm glad we can do that in the same episode. So it's efficient. Well, before you dart off, I do have one final question for you.
Okay.
Technically, it's the second to last one. What are you most looking forward to at BravoCon 2023? To see somebody specifically, or
Dude, I don't know. I mean,
is there like a panel you want to see the most?
honestly, between Paige DeSorbo, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing her last name correctly, and Erica Jane. Like, I'm going in feathers. I'm going to look hot as shit. And someone is going to be watching our child for that time. So, like, I'm very excited. I cannot wait. But those are probably the two people that, like, I don't have to meet them, but, like, be in the same vicinity and, like, hear them and, like, see the outfits that they wear. Because they don't mess around. Like, they do top-notch, like, outfits for every appearance that they do. So those two people, I think, honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Madison in person either.
Why do you say that?
Huh?
Why do you say that?
I don't know. She's a hoot. Like, she can cut you at the knees with her words. But she also seems like she could be really sweet, but like she just never gets that edit. But she also seems like she could be crazy mean. So I don't know. She's getting married this weekend, right?
Oh, this weekend?
Yeah, on the 19th.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I knew she was engaged. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I don't know. Those three, I'd be very intrigued to see.
Well, Madison, kind of like Erica, they both kind of seem like I shouldn't know any of this, but I'm just a shell of a testosterone-filled man at this point. They seem like the people where it's like they're great when they're on your side.
Oh yeah,
like you want them on your side. Like it's not like an either or thing.
If you're not, you're fucked. Like
Paige, not as much. Like I think you kind of just like you could just be and it would be okay, but like you'd rather have her on your side, sure, but like doesn't seem quite as confrontational in your face. Well, like this season, Paige has been just like running upstairs and stuff,
Well, she's in a tough spot because and I get it, but she's basically what Amanda was the past couple seasons. Like
100%.
People annoyed with
ironic.
Her man. Yeah, super ironic. Like people annoyed with her man, and she's trying to navigate it while still keeping her friends. So I get why she's doing it, but then she's talking to everyone else about what she's annoyed about. And I'm like, girl, just talk to Craig. Just talk to him. Like, Just do
when
it
when he's sober.
when he's sober. Very key point. Because if he's not, very key point. Because if he's not, that would not be good.
It's gonna be on a table, kicking stuff, yelling at other people. Most of Sierra, for some reason, I don't know.
I love Sierra. I don't know why they bicker so much. I'm
Her and Greg.
wondering if they're like kind of like,
It's a brother-sister dynamic, it seems like.
yeah. Well, they're
Because neither is afraid to talk back to the other, but it never like boils over. It's just constant bickering.
I almost would compare it to like Keith and I, but they take it more mean. Like me and Keith just like rag on each other and it's fine. So
Oh yeah, they're beyond rack. Yeah,
they're a little bit more than just that. So I don't know.
yeah.
I bet there's stuff behind the scenes that we have no idea about. I mean, obviously in all these shows, but who are you? I'm going to flip the script. Who are you excited to see? If you liked the shows, which of course you don't, even though you kind of do, but you don't, who would you like to see?
I guess if there's any like one person, it wouldn't really be to meet any one of them in terms of just like I have to do that. Also, I don't think we can afford what that would be.
I just don't care to stand in line to see them and take a picture for a minute. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. But
anyway,
probably Sandoval. With the main reason being he seems so cartoonish.
Dude, he's great.
I'm just curious. Like the outfits, the hair, the jewelry, the makeup.
The nails.
I'm just so curious. Like it
yeah.
And I mean like what we would see in person is what we see in camera. Like it's the same thing. I get that.
Yeah.
But like it makes me just so curious of like how does someone take that much effort and all these different moments to do this so many different things? Like it seems exhausting. So I'm just curious. But
that's true. I'm very curious about that too. It just I don't know.
And it's so funny that he and Schwartz are like polar opposite people.
Yes, that is wild too. And they're like best friends though.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about like what if Stassi had stayed on though?
Yeah.
That's wild. That would be cool. I would love to see her in person too.
I still figure she's gonna get her own show at some point.
I think so.
I would think it's been offered to her at this point. I'd have to think it's been offered. She just hasn't accepted it yet.
I don't know because how that ended, that didn't end well.
That's true.
So
yeah. Well, next probably October. It hasn't been actually officially scheduled yet, but we will see what happens. But to officially wrap up the show, you are the guest. The guest gets the final word. This could be a shout out. This could be a plug. This could be a quote maybe that you have. This could be, I added this one recently, a diss if you want to poop on somebody, figuratively speaking. So go ahead. What do you got?
I don't know. I just kind of want to say I'm super proud of you. Like you've been kicking ass, staying on task. Didn't mean to rhyme. That was weird. No, but you've been like keeping up with everything, keeping with the schedule, having a plan, doing really big moves and being on other podcasts and having people on yours. And just, I'm excited to see where Father Dynasty goes. I see big things for you for sure. And I'm just really proud of you.
I appreciate you too much. I love you. I know you're my biggest fan. I say I've been riding your coattails for, better part of a decade at this point. So if we ever flip the script and you ride mine, it's going to be a very weird feeling for me, but I'd like to find out if that happens. But hey, here's one more to my soulmate.
You need to finish because I'm basically done.
Bro, you gave me too much. Love you.
I didn't give you too much. I gave you just enough. That's what she said.
This isn't porridge.
What?
Either way, porridge.
You're Goldilocks. It's fine. I love you.
Love you.
Cheers.
Cheers.